Welcome back to CryptosRus. I am George. We're all George. So the great Bitcoin decoupling begins. And that's really good because the U.S. market took an absolute dump today while Bitcoin got stronger. And not just Bitcoin, crypto too. So let's talk about this decoupling, why it's so important, why it's happening, and what we should do about it. Okay, let's do this. Welcome, 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 guys. I got something special for you guys during Q&A. Jimmy Doss, Super Chat, Mike Huron. He's not the bodybuilder, right? Come to the Cadena team and lit a fire. You know what? Someone actually from Cadena, I think he may be him. Someone introduced him to me on Telegram. Totally forgot to respond. But thanks for a reminder. All right, so look at Bitcoin, 34/7, as strong as ever, okay? Looking like it wants to break out into 35, above 35,000 once again. And this comes on a day when, okay, look at NASDAQ, down $318, down 2.4%. Alphabet had its worst drop since March of 2020 when everything sold off. That's how bad it was today. They sold off nearly 10%. For someone like Google to drop off 10% in a single day is unheard of. That's why we haven't seen it since the pandemic. And it's not just Google. You have Amazon down 5.6%, Nvidia down 4.3%, Meta down 4.3%, Tesla down 2%, Apple down 1%, Microsoft exception because they had really good earnings. But that shows you the bloodbath of today, right? And traditionally speaking, Bitcoin follows the NASDAQ because it was seen as a risk-on asset like the tech stocks. But obviously that's no longer. Bitcoin did not go down. Bitcoin went up. The entire market cap went up, right? So right now, we're definitely seeing that great decoupling happening. Now, short term, I know, but this is a pretty darn good start. And the more of this we get, more people will pay attention. Those Wall Street bigwigs, hedge fund managers, they're going to start paying attention like, oh, we better do something. We better do something to preserve our wealth, preserve our money, right? Let's sell it all and let's go buy some Bitcoin. That's what they're thinking right now, okay? So, yeah, it's looking pretty darn good. And what else is good is this. Here's another decoupling example. Let's forget the NASDAQ. What about S&P 500 overall, right? So we have not been able to break through this trend line, this correlation between the SPX, which is S&P 500, and Bitcoin. But look at that. We broke through it, and we're just roaring upwards, right? Again, showing that great decoupling happening right now. And this is the best time, again, to be happening. While everything's getting weak, Bitcoin is getting stronger. Here's another one, comparing Bitcoin to S&P 500 to gold. Bitcoin, you could see the green just rallies upwards, right? While S&P is on inverse direction going downwards. Another example, and we haven't seen this since 2021 when Bitcoin went on a huge bull run. This is fantastic. You can't get a better scenario than right now, okay? Well, obviously, yes, you could argue, well, we had it pumped to 50,000, it'd be better. Yes, but the thing is, we came up so fast from 26,000, we're hovering nearing 35,000, and we're holding despite the fact that overall markets are selling off like crazy. That shows you there's a ton of strength right now. It's not just a small little pump. This is holding with strength. Again, comparing regional banks to Bitcoin, and you look at it on the top there, regional banks in yellow, Bitcoin in white, going in opposite directions right now. Another example of decoupling. Flight to quality, flight to safety. And that's what you get by taking your money out of banks and putting it into Bitcoin for a lot of people. This is what people are recognizing right now. More and more so. Flight to quality, flight to safety, and the greatest store of value that we have right now. Because Bitcoin can't be manipulated like everything else. Right? So that's why the derivatives data show fresh inflow as Bitcoin chases 35,000, which will be around the corner. We tested a few times. It's just a matter of time before we break through 35, head to 37, then head to 43, 47, right? Who knows where Bitcoin will be by the end of this year. But right now, all data shows a lot of money flowing in, and that is what we want. Absolutely what we want right before the Santa rally, which hasn't even started yet. But man, October is giving us a good glimpse of what's to come, right? October so far has not been disappointing, right? And then we got the Moonvember right afterwards. So that's right around the corner too. Of course, ETFs, okay? A lot of people, a lot of fund managers still trying to get theirs approved. Bitwise submitted their amendment. BlackRock, I believe, just submitted. No. It was someone that recently submitted an amendment. I think it's BlackRock because they said they were going to start seeding it, even though it hasn't been approved, even though it has been listed on the website that has all the symbols, right? But yeah, this is also coming right around the corner. One of these, either Grayscale, BlackRock, ARK, Bitwise, Fidelity, one of these guys, Van Eyck, is going to get their spot Bitcoin ETF. And when that finally happens for real, okay, we will see a pump unlike anything we have ever seen before. Who knows how high Bitcoin will go just that day alone, okay? And then, end of the year, beginning next year, right before halving event, it's going to get wild. It's going to get wild. Okay, so here's a pretty good on-chain metric looking at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's realized price and its current trajectory right now. So this is one of those bottom indicators, okay? So when Bitcoin, the green line touches the realized price, which is basically like, if you think about it, that's according to on-chain metrics, that's what it's kind of worth, okay? So whenever Bitcoin actually kind of like hits that or goes below it, below what its actual worth, well, that just means it's a great time to be buying, right? So it's kind of like a bottom indicator. You could see every cycle we go through this, we touch upon this realized price for a little bit, right? In 2018, it was a small amount, but then we hit it again in 2020. But, you know, in 2022, 2023, yeah, we were below the realized price for a long time. But now we have broken above. Again, what does this mean? It signals a new bull run, right? We're not in the parabolic phase by any means, but we're definitely in the new run already, in the new cycle, okay? And we're really close, really close to that halving event. So what else is there? And then finally, another thing that measures Bitcoin's strength, inventory or reserves on exchanges continue to plummet more and more. Now, it's hard to see. This one's hard to see, but the bottom line is actually spot Bitcoin, okay, meaning actual Bitcoin on exchanges. The purple one is marked paper plus spot Bitcoin, which includes, I guess, all the, you know, trusts and ETPs and derivatives and everything, right? But still, it's on the decline. And then, of course, the price is going in the opposite direction, right? So the great decoupling has started, and better days are coming, right? So that's my point, and there's a lot of data that proves this. So that's fantastic. Now, it's not just Bitcoin, right? I know you guys know, even though Bitcoin dominance is going up, there are still a lot of crypto out there, a lot of Web3 projects that are doing quite well, okay? They've been soaring upwards and onwards. One of them happens to be Chainlink. Even though today they are down versus yesterday's price, they are still up a staggering 51%, okay, for the week, and 84% for the last 2 months. So obviously, Chainlink is one of the great winners right now, even outperforming Bitcoin by more than double. So Chainlink is coming in a big way. So let's talk about it. What's going on with Chainlink right now? Well, this came out recently. Vodafone, which is an absolutely huge carrier in Europe, right? And this Japanese company that I can't pronounce, Sumimoto. No, I can pronounce that. Vodafone Sumimoto team up with Chainlink, utilizing their CCIP to transfer data seamlessly across their network. Okay, so that's what they are doing. And this is a $32 trillion global trade ecosystem to help transfer important documents and financial transactions through CCIP, which is the layer 2, I guess, for Chainlink, right? It's their cross-chain interoperability protocol, but basically it's their network to transfer data between different chains and different companies, right? So 2 major companies utilizing Chainlink that kind of kickstarted, but it's not really that. They're doing a whole lot. Chainlink is so important in this space. They partnered up with Avalanche. They already had, Avalanche already, I believe, utilized Chainlink, but this just extends it a little bit more. Obviously, now if you're a dApp on Avalanche, you could access any API out there in the world and any chain that Chainlink is on, right? You can now do it at a lower gas cost. You could perform custom compute on any data with automation. So pretty big for Avalanche and Chainlink, right? This is what Chainlink, in case you're wondering what it looks like from a chart perspective, it has broken out of its channel and this descending trend line, and now just roaring upwards past $11, right? Just not too long ago, we were looking at $5, $6 Chainlink. Now has more than doubled. And someone in the live chat recently said, well, I sold my Chainlink at like $8 or $7 at the beginning of the month, and now they regret it. I mean, that's the thing. When it comes to great projects, you never really want to just sell it. You rather DCA, because if they're great projects, they will come back and they'll surprise you. Sometimes they move in major ways. They're also upgrading their staking, allowing better staking, easier staking, more readily available staking. That is something that they're working on. And just want to remind you guys that Chainlink is also into NFTs, not so much from like a marketplace perspective, but from an automation perspective in terms of automating minting, for example, and their VRF, which is a randomizer. Okay, so that's very important when it comes to, different kind of attributes to NFT. So basically, NFT projects like Chainlink as well. Okay, so they're basically involved in anything. And I didn't even mention DeFi projects. Almost every single DeFi project uses Chainlink 2 for the random number generator, or for fetching data utilizing APIs. And now cross-chain interoperability, cross-chain communication using CCIP. This is the reason why Chainlink is so strong, and they're probably going to get stronger. All right. That's pretty much it. Let's do Q&A. Hey, I got a surprise for you guys in Q&A. Look at that. I decided that I'm going to put the chat window up. Make it a little bit more interactive. I don't know if that's going to help, but, I just decided to put it up. Let's see. Today is DCA day. So I got my portfolio up. Look at that. In 1 week's time, up 20 23%. That's not too shabby. 1 month, up 31. 3 months, up 17. 6 months, up 17. 1 year, up, I think it was 90%, right? But I'm still not all the way back. If I go all time, I'm still down about 22%. But, you know, that comes really fast, considering this week I gained 23%, right? So that shows you the power of DCA. And as we trend higher, as alts get stronger, man, I'm going to be back in green in no time. And, you know, I have been doing this with you guys every Wednesday. No fancy trading, nothing, not looking at the charts, not trying to time things. That's the whole point of this experiment, to prove to you guys that DCA works. And a lot of you guys know it works because you've been doing it and now you're in the green, right? But today I said I was going to do something different because, you know, there's a lot of these projects I don't believe in anymore. Like, for example, I don't even know how ZK Lotto got on here. I don't even know how that got on there. But like someone like AMP, you know, especially this morning, they completely rebranded. I have no idea. They don't look like anything like the old project. So, you know, I'm going to remove them. It's worth $3. So I'm just going to measure. I'm just going to write this down. There were about 301. So I'm going to just delete this if I can here. I don't even know. I never deleted anything from here. So I don't even know how to delete it. Delete. Should I delete from USD holdings? I don't know. Deduct from US? No. Yes. I don't know. I don't know if I should have done that, but yeah, I'm gonna delete. I deleted it. It didn't make any difference. Everything else in here. I'm just thinking, what else do I not believe in? Well, it's still here. It didn't delete actually. I don't know what's going on. Not the most robust DCA soft. Okay, it's gone. Something else so another project I don't really believe in anymore is Harmony, because I just heard too many bad things about Harmony and I don't really trust their direction anymore. So I'm going to take that $22 back and I'm going to sell my Harmony as well. Let's see, transactions. I got 2 buys right here. I'm just going to delete these. Delete and delete. I think I should deduct. Okay, I did that. All right. So those are 2 I'm trimming out for now. I think the others are okay. Looking at this, Flow, Helium, Chili's, Theta. I don't actually know what's going on with Theta either. You know what? I'm going to delete them as well. Let's add that 28. That's worth $28. So let's trim out Theta as well here. And then, okay. Now, let's see. Anything else? You know, I said the same thing about Gala, but I'm rooting for them, so I'm just gonna keep them there. But you know, I don't agree with what they're doing between their founders. Ecomi, I'm actually not so sure of either. But you know what? They own a lot of NFT patents, so I'll leave them up. I honestly don't know how this ZK Lotto got in here. There might be a sponsor thing by CoinStats, but everything else in here has been doing quite well. Okay, so I gained back $53 by selling off those 3 assets. Okay. I'm missing some super chats here. Ben Johnson, I'm not going to repeat that. Will BTC ETF decrease Bitcoin volatility? Only if a ton of money comes in. Yes. So, yes. Geo, I have 1,500 mana and I'm plus $200. Should I exchange on something better? Like what? Well, you can look at what I have in here. I'm neutral on Mina. I know they pumped recently, but I'm not so sold on them because they're too lightweight and they can't scale as much. But they're using ZK technology now. I looked at it. So they're trying to adopt ZK, which can help them scale. But I don't know. I maybe that solves it. But yeah, there's a lot of others that I follow that I do like more. But you know, Mina could be a good hold. Stan videos, I see that super chat. Thank you. Okay, so I got $53 plus my 100 for this week. All right, so what is down? Okay, so I'm looking at all-time down. So there are several. Solana's up, Bitcoin is up, Fetch AI is up, Injective is up in a big way, and then that's pretty much it. Now, bottom here is all negatives. Cadena, man, they are just killing me. Minus 85%. Near Protocol minus 83%. Let's see. Doge and Sheeb is around 50s. Stacks could be a good one because Bitcoin is gaining so much strength. Avalanche being down 57. Cardano down 60. These could be good pickups right now. They didn't really have a big week. And XRP only down 4%, 5%. Ethereum only down 5% all time. Chainlink only down 6%. So they're all doing fantastic. Everything else, a little weak. You know what? I'm going to add a little more. I think I'm a little underweight in stacks. Put a little into stacks. And then I think I like Injective a lot. They're doing really well. I think I could put some into Injective too. And then, you know, yeah, sometimes, you know, when it comes to DCA days, it's hard. It's hard to know what to load up. But I have a little more today. So, okay, so I have $153. I'm going to first buy Avalanche. Let's add $50 to this. $50 to Avalanche, which means 50 divided by 10.596. 4.718. All right, that was a big chunk. So now my 150, I got a minus 50. So I got 103. Next up, let's add a little stacks. You know what? I'm just gonna add. We'll add $30 worth. 30 divided by 0.66. 44.3. All right, so now I'm down to $70. Pepe. Although Pepe's up, I made a lot of money by doing a 20x on Pepe. I'm only down 26% on Pepe, so probably not a good candidate. So looking at something like Cardano, still at negative 60. Polygon, you know, I believe in Polygon. I gotta go with some Polygon here. That's not what I want to do. Let's do Polygon. Let's add a little Polygon here. How much? $30 worth? $40 worth? All right. All right, so now if I minus 40, okay, now I have $33 left. I'm just gonna be a degen and buy Pepe. Don't ask me why, but 33.17 divided by 0.123451118. All right. I think that's it. All right. That was a lot. Okay, so I removed a couple. I removed Harmony, and I removed AMP, and I removed, I forgot what else I removed. But I added Polygon, added Avalanche, and added Stacks, and added Pepe. I think these are all good ones. And I'm still heavy into Bitcoin. right? Obviously, Bitcoin still makes up about 50% of my portfolio. I told you guys 50, 25, 25. So Bitcoin is still, I'm staying true to that, 50% in Bitcoin. All right. Let's see if I missed anything else here. Jolamas, been with you since mid-2021. Thanks for keeping the faith and helping us stick with it. My DCI cost base is lower during the bear, and now I'm in the green. See? Congratulations. It works. It works. Chainlink is working with Swift, DTCC, integrated with ANZ Bank. Lots of things. Yes, lots of things. Can't cover it all. Gambler DJ, where do you leverage trade? Right now, the only place I do it on is MEXC. MEXC is pretty good. You know, I don't recommend it, right? I'm telling you guys up front, I'm just degenning right now. Things are looking good, so I threw like, you know, 2,000 here, 1,000 here, 2,000 there, right? Just to see how things go, and they have been going well, right? But a lot of people put way too much and try to do way too much, and then they get wrecked, right? So. But MEXC is a good one because I can't use KuCoin anymore. Those of you guys in the U.S. knows that, you know, KuCoin kind of shut you out because you can't do KYC. Is Avalanche undervalued? I think so. I don't know about they're undervalued, but I believe their potential is way up there. Oh, yeah. I removed Theta, too. We'll come back to biting the nads. I don't know. Maybe it does. But I don't really think so. Can 4-year cycles be affected by ETF? Again, you asked me this question. The only thing that affects, okay, Bitcoin is liquidity. How much liquidity there is in the space. If there's a massive amount of liquidity being brought in, then volatility goes down. And the 4-year cycles become less relevant because there's a lot more money in the space, a lot more holders holding. So it just all depends on how much money gets put into the space. But I do believe ETFs will bring in enormous amount of money into the space. So essentially, to answer your question, yes. Will ETFs allow institutional investors to bet on Bitcoin without actually having to own it? Great stream. ETFs... Spot ETFs, why it's important is because the fund companies have to own the Bitcoin to be able to offer the shares. It's not traded in paper, okay? It's actually settled with Bitcoin. So, to answer your question, no. Future-based ETFs, yes. We already have those. But spot Bitcoin ETFs, no. Why is IBDC 1,000 higher than BDC? I don't know even who offers IBDC. Please dump and buy Mara tomorrow. I didn't check Mara today. It's actually down. Yeah, actually down today. But it'll come up. If you look at this chart, not that I really like to chart on the shorter time frames, but if you're looking at 5 minutes, stochastic is about to bottom. 15 minutes still coming down. Bitcoin needs a breather, to be honest. It's nice to see it elevated and up, but, you know, it needs to be, it needs to take a breather, which is fine. Get ready for the next leg up. Says I can't use MEXC in the U.S. Are you in, like, New York or Texas? Because I guess they ban every exchange. Why don't you DCA in Arbitrum? I don't know. Because I didn't feel like it, Diego. Fixture deals US. I'm sure BTC and altcoins will crash bad after ETF approval. What do you think, George? I think you're 100% wrong. That's what I think. I think you're trying to spread too much fear. I'm looking at what you're writing. You're trying to spread fear. Not sure why. I buy BTC and my wife buys gold. Well, it's a good compliment, I guess. She likes to see that stability. You like to see that growth. BlackRock has BTC. Why do they need seed for ETF? How do you know they have BTC? And maybe they don't have enough, even if they do. I'm trying to find a good chart to show. Yeah, I guess this one. Do you guys enjoy the live chat scrolling on the screen? If it's not useful, I'm just going to remove it. I don't know. Like you get to see super chats easier, I guess. Who won today, Burry or Sailor? Did they even have a debate? I didn't know if they had a debate. I did not pay attention. Did they have a debate? Burry is the most negative person on earth. Everything is about crashing and this and that. Everything's gonna go down to zero. That's what he's known for. I never see him say anything positive about anything. Not a fan. I see the chat already on the right. I guess. I could remove it if you guys don't enjoy it. I don't know. I thought it would add something, but maybe it doesn't. Your thoughts on Bud Light sponsoring UFC? Well, I saw the Fox News guy interviewing Dana White, and that was like, you could tell, a totally paid interview. Like he was leading Dana in all the right ways. So obviously it's all about money. They said it was not about money. Obviously it's all about money. They paid the most. They needed to do something drastic to change their image. And they probably paid UFC boatloads upon boatloads upon boatloads of money to make it happen. $420, no. If 20 billion goes into BTC ETF, does 20 billion? No, it doesn't. And don't ask me how much. I don't know. Jordan Foster, thoughts on Thorchain? 5 to 10x is easy. Because it takes 5 to 10x just to get back to its previous high. So I don't even know where it was before. 20? So it has to do a 10x just to get back to its previous high, Jordan. Can it happen? Yeah. There will be another pump today or tomorrow. I wouldn't bet against it. I discovered a pattern in my BTC chart. It predicts BTC tops in October 2025. Well, that could be right. A lot of people are predicting November. You know, October is just 1 month early. So it could happen. And I think it also depends on how high Bitcoin is by then. If we're already at like 300,000 by October, I would say, yeah, this is probably pretty close to topping out. But if we're only at like 110,000 by October 2025, I don't know. Then I would say there's probably more room to grow. Do you think home prices will come down? Eddie asked. I don't think it's going to come down significantly. I think it will come down, but um, I don't think it's going to come down significantly. The inventory is still quite low. Even though interest is so high, people that need homes will still get homes because they know they could refinance in 5 years or 10 years, right? If you could pick up for a home for a decent price, um, you know, that's how it's operating right now. Now, commercial business side is a little bit different because there's way too much retail space and office space. But as for homes, prices doesn't seem like it's really coming down all that much. A little bit, of course, but like not pre-2020 levels. Will Chili's go to the moon? Not really. I'm kind of neutral on Chili's. They made a big splash with their tokens for their soccer clubs. They can't do it in the U.S., so it's all fan-based stuff. But um, I don't know. I haven't heard or seen anything. Maybe when the bull run comes back, they'll get popular again. But it was pretty obvious that all the fan tokens that were being traded on their exchange and on Binance, yeah, they're seen as securities in the U.S. We'll see. Oh, shoot, I just closed something. Inflows of Bitcoin. Elon wasn't sick. Mark called it off because Elon wasn't taking it serious. So I don't think they'll ever fight again. Or not again. I don't think they'll ever fight. Because Elon sent Mark some stupid tweet like, oh, I'm in your area. Let's just fight in your backyard or something. And he's like, I haven't fought and trained much at all. And Mark is like, WTF. Mark is like fighting hardcore, taking this serious. And Elon just like wanders into the neighborhood and says, yeah, let's fight. I don't know. Elon was a little too cocky about it. Butch, big super chat. I don't know. Ergo, working with Korean government, Samsung, Lotto Card, Hyundai. Working car manufacturers, first of all, I discount that immediately. Second of all, about Korean government, I don't know. There's been others, like Icon just supposedly was working with the Korean government, so I don't know if I could take that seriously. Samsung and Lotte Card, I don't know. Samsung, of course, I heard of. Lotte Card, never heard of. Pretty small company. All time, they had a couple peaks in 2021 and 20. Man, they're an old project. They're from the 2019 days. They're on good exchanges, though. But man, their 2021 peak barely broke their 2019 peak. I hate to say it, that's usually a bad sign. If a project didn't peak way higher in 2021 than they previously did, that's a little bit of a warning sign. The blockchain was for everyone. Okay, enterprise grade, really fast, feeless, $10 transactions. That's awesome. You could code in SQL and Lua. Never heard of Lua, but maybe it's good. It's used for Roblox, World of Warcraft. So I guess that is good for game development. So that's really good. Sequoia Capital. That's good. Exchange listings. I know it has good exchange listings. Very low followers, based in Hong Kong. Well, Hong Kong's getting hotter, so that might help them. But to have only 28,000 followers since 2019, that's also not good. So obviously they have marketing issues. They don't know how to market themselves well. Boost NFTs. This is back in June. They had a rollback. Well, nothing against them, but a couple things. Their social activity kind of sucks, and their 2021 peak really didn't break their previous peak, and that's also a little concerning. Do you pull multiple profits during a bull run? Yes. There's no wrong strategy to pulling profits, but I believe everyone should hold cash on the side. 20, 25, 30% of the portfolio should be in cash, right? So if you see your portfolio growing way too big and you need to downsize it, right? Good way is to put some into cash. Cal, has my ex-sponsor, not mentioning name, been in touch with apology? No. Zero contact. It's okay. I don't miss him. I don't. But yeah, just shows you some people are good at communication, at building relationships, being a good partner, and some people are not. What about your metaverse plays? Engine, decentralized, Axie. Do you think they'll make a comeback? You know, Axie is not even a metaverse play. It's more of a game. Decentraland and Sandbox are really the only two metaverse plays. There's other ones that are being developed, but they're not done. I know Cardano has one being built, and ApeCoin, Yuga Labs is building one. Out of the two, Sandbox I like more than Decentraland. Decentraland seems to have lost all traction. But, you know, again, in a bull market, everything comes back. So they'll probably gain strength again. Will there be enough Lambos? Lamborghini had their best year in 2021, I believe. And guess why? It'll be like that in 2025 again. All right, guys, and we'll let you guys go. Overall, you know, Bitcoin is decoupling. We're seeing it right in front of our eyes. Bitcoin is getting stronger while the entire market is tanking, like Google down 10%. Okay, this is a good decoupling. More and more people are paying attention and coming aboard to Bitcoin. That's what we want. And this is barely scratching the surface, right? All right, guys. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel. See you guys tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.